Hi there. Today we're going to talk about one of my most favorite things, which is numerology, and also where it crosses with tarot. And we're going to talk about the universal year for 2025, which is the number 9. So I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a lot lately, a lot of emotion, very fiery, nostalgic, sentimental, and like life is moving like very fast. Everything is happening quickly. And I just feel like the universe is just pushing me forward. I don't know if you can relate to that, but I feel if you are feeling that, you are not alone. So, as we are about to enter the universal 9 year, I want to tell you the energy right now is intense. It's kind of like the Marie Kondo of years. It's urging you to evaluate every aspect of your life and ask yourself, does this still spark joy within me? And if not, let's get rid of it. So let's break down the whole concept of the universal year 9, because you know what? I'm living it too. So we're all in this together. And don't worry, I'm not going to throw you in the deep end without a life vest. I'm going to take you through. If you're new, if you don't know what a numerology is, you're in the right place, and I will take care of you. And you can find that in all my videos. I have lots of information, and I put it at a level that's very understandable. So let's start at the beginning. What exactly is a universal year? In numerology, each year has a vibration or an energy. It's kind of like a vibe check for the entire planet. And we calculate it by adding up the digits of the year. So, for example, 2025, if we add together, is a 2, a 0, a 2, and a 5. That adds up to the number 9. And that is how I got to the number 9 for the universal year, because the whole planet is in the year 2025. And the universal year acts kind of like a mood ring for the universe, kind of setting the tone for what we're all experiencing. So for those that are new to this idea, you don't have to believe in numerology or know a whole lot about it to understand or even notice how the energy shifts from year to year. I mean, think about like one birthday to another. And this doesn't even have to be as an adult. Like think about maybe like your birthday party when you were 8 and then your birthday party when you were 10, or like whatever that is. Like each year feels very different. Would you agree? So some years feel like a sprint to the finish line, like a year 8, which is what 2024 has been, while others may feel as though somebody pressed pause on your Netflix binge. So the year number 9 is for endings. It's for reflection and for cleaning up. So you're thinking to yourself, why should I care about a universal year 9? And here is why this matters. The number 9 year isn't just about like packing up boxes and saying goodbye. It's about taking a step back so you can see the bigger picture. So let me explain this to you. The numerology cycle works in 9-year cycles. It starts in a 1, it ends in a 9. So the cycle that we are currently ending in 2025 started actually in 2017. So think about, where were you in 2017? Like what were you starting in your life? And now I want you to fast forward to today. Like from that time, from 2017, what has worked? What hasn't worked? And what lessons have been so persistent that you're finally ready to learn from them? I see you procrastinating and snacking late at night, trying to pretend it's not happening. But this year is an opportunity to reflect, release, and to make room for what is coming next. So let's talk about the energy of the 9. So 9 is considered the wise old sage of the single digits. It embodies completion, wisdom, and universal love. 9 encourages you to let go of the baggage and that you've been carrying it for long enough. So here's a fun fact about the number 9. So 9 is the only number that continually loops back to itself. So multiply 9 by any number, and when you reduce the digits, meaning adding them together, just like I did with the universal year, you get 9 again. So it's like the universe is reminding us what comes around goes around. And maybe you should clean up your karma. Maybe we all should. There's the number 9 for you. So This is your cosmic permission slip, so to speak, to declutter your life, both emotionally and literally. So kind of like that junk drawer that you've been avoiding, it's time to tackle that. So why does the number 8 year matter? Like, why does last year matters? So here's where it gets interesting. So last year, 2024, was a universal year 8. I did the math for you for here too. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals the number 8. And this energy of the universal 8 year, the year that we are ending in December of 2024, was a year of hustle, power, ambition, making moves, and climbing the ladder. It was the Shark Tank of years. What can you build? What can you grow? Now, in 2025, the energy has shifted. The 9 year is asking, was all that hustling worth it? Did you build something that truly matters to you, or were you chasing somebody else's dream? This is a year of clarity. This is a year of getting honest with yourself and maybe even shedding a few tears along the way. I mean, listen, there is no judgment. I cried in a client reading last week, and I think we both cried together. And you know what? It felt great. Shared the tissue box and everything. So for those who know me, maybe you know I am also a huge fan of tarot and very knowledgeable at it. And so I'm going to weave in the numbers of the tarot that correspond to the universal year 9. And so let's talk about tarot archetypes. So the number 9 card, this is the universal weight deck. This is the Hermit card. And that is the symbol for this year. It's an old man with a lantern, wandering a mountain, searching for truth. And this is us this year. We are searching for truth. So I'm just going to show you another deck that I love. This is the This Might Hurt deck, and it's not a man, it's a woman. So there you go. So the universal aspect of the Hermit is the light. And this light, I see the light as our inner light. We are shining our inner light. This is how we find our way, by shining our light, by going on a path that feels right for us. And the Moon card pairs with the Hermit. And the moon is enigmatic and mysterious. And it represents that like uncertain space that you need to figure out your destination. Like the Hermit is on the mountaintop. He's wise, but he's still finding his way. But the moon is kind of, it's dark, it's murky. There's a very long path. And, you don't really have a choice here. Like you can't just stop. You can't just decide that you're going to give up. No, I won't let you do that. You have to keep moving. So you're compelled to keep moving on your journey. It's like when you ever go to an amusement park and you go to a haunted house and maybe you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have come into this haunted house. But once you're in, you got to go through to get out. And there's like a mix of fear and excitement and just like, when is this going to end? And this is what you need to do. You've entered the house. And now what you need to do is find your way through and anticipate maybe what you're going to do once you get out. Now, the real question that I want to share with you is, how do we navigate this universal 9 year now that we understand it and the meaning of it and all that stuff? Now, I appreciate honesty, so I'm going to be very honest with you. Now, the number 9 year is not all sunshine and rainbows. And honestly, that's life. When do you grow? When things are hard. When you're sitting on the couch and you got your popcorn and your remote control, everything's too comfortable. There's no reason for you to get up and move. But when things are uncomfortable, that's when you have to start seeking for answers. And that's what the number 9 year is encouraging you to do. So I have 3 pieces of advice for you, and I am going to break them down right now. The first thing is reflect. So as I mentioned, this cycle started in 2017. So take a moment to look back on the last 9 years and think to yourself, or, write it down in a journal. What have you learned? What has been the lesson? What has been the most important lessons of these past 9 years? The second thing is to release. I want you to identify what no longer serves you. Maybe there are things in your life that you just allow to continue when they don't serve you or the direction that you're moving into. And it doesn't have to be a big, grand gesture. It can be something as simple as finally deleting your ex's number from your phone so you don't try to call them during Mercury retrograde. Something small like that. But just as an example, you find your version of this. The third thing is renew. create space for the next cycle. The universal 1 year, now I'm going to bring in another year for you, 2026. So after 2025, which is a 9, we go into 2026. Now, when we add these all together, 2026, we get the number 10. But as I mentioned, we only deal with the single digits of numerology. So we add the 1 and the 0 to get a 1. So 2026 is going to be a 1 year, which is a focus of fresh starts. And when we approach 2026, it is really important that we avoid carrying our baggage from these past 9 years into the new cycle. You want to leave what doesn't work for you so you don't have to deal with it in addition to whatever it is coming for you. Or it may just kind of like be like a wrecking ball and change the cycle of what should be your next 1 through 9 year, because you are carrying old baggage with you. So don't do that. Drop it. Figure out what needs to be eliminated and weed through and do the release. Take care of that now. Now, this isn't just about you. The energy of the universal 9 year affects the whole world. In 9 years, we've often witnessed significant endings, transitions, global transitions, old systems breaking down, new ideas coming up. I mean, this is a collective invitation for all of us to level up together. And remember, the work starts with you. Don't wait for someone else to decide to start. You decide, you start. And when you reflect and let go, you're not just changing your life, you're creating ripples that influence the people around you. And you know what? That's powerful. You're powerful. So as we navigate the universal year 9, I encourage you to slow down and to take stock of your life. And I wanted to give you a journal prompt. So what am I holding on to that no longer aligns with who I am becoming? Like, think of yourself as the 2025 version of you. So think of you a year from now. Who are you now? And what are the things that have changed? And how can you start acting like that person now? What can you start saying no to? What can you eliminate that's just taking up your time and not feeding your soul in a way that you need it to? And if you're feeling overwhelmed, remember this: you are not alone. I am here with you, tidying up my life, Marie Kondo style as well. And we can do this together. I will be here. I will continue to be here. You can work with me if you want. I have so many different ways to work with me. Some are free. I have tons of YouTube videos and, all different price ranges and a couple of other really cool things coming up for you next year. So stay tuned. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up now. If this resonated with you, or if you've been feeling all the feels this year, please comment below. Tell me what's going on. Share. I will write you back. I promise. And what is one thing? Tell me below. What is one thing that you are finally ready to release? Like, let's hold each other accountable. And thank you again. Thank you so much for stopping by. I wish you good health. I wish you so much abundance and good fortune. And may 2025 be a year of success and, just your dreams coming true beyond anything that you could even imagine right now. I am cheering you on. I am rooting for you. And I want to let you know that I can't wait to see you the next time. Until then, ever upward.